Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm back with another video. Things are a little bit more back to normal around here. As I mentioned in my last video, I actually had a flood in my basement. That's where I do everything. All the videos that I make and all the guitar, the practice, the workshop, everything's down here. The computer that I edit and shoot on, destroyed. But I got the computer fixed. It's right there behind me. And I think it's a looker if I say so myself. But to make it guitar related, look who lives inside. Everybody say hi to Eddie. So with that out of the way, things should be a little bit more back to normal. The workbench is not totally set up again yet, but that's coming along. Today, I'm bringing you a review. So today we're going to talk about the SSX Stinger series of guitars. It's a very interesting story and has a very interesting history. It would count as a weirdo guitar, in my opinion. I like weirdo guitars. I don't know about you, but you know, the ones you see usually hanging in pawn shops or local guitar shops. Some brand you've never heard of, or some brand that you've only ever seen there. And they're usually selling them pretty cheap, and you always wonder, what the heck is that thing? And is it worth buying it? Well, I think that the Stinger falls in that category. When I was a kid growing up, I used to go play the guitar with my aunt. And that was one of our very favorite things to do. She was a big influence on me as a person, also as a musician. Her weapon of choice, so to speak, was a 12-string acoustic, but her other weapon of choice was an SSX Stinger. She didn't know anything about it. She said that she got it at a shop when it was new in the late 80s. Didn't know anything about it. She called it her Strat. So when she passed away, she left it to me, and I still have it. So it's very special to me. I did some digging to find out what the heck is going on with these guitars. What are they? So we're going to go over that right now. So in 1985, Martin, yes, that Martin, the one that makes acoustic guitars, some of the best acoustic guitars you can buy right now, they decided they wanted to make electric, solid body guitars too. The manufacturing in Korea at the time was kind of the hip thing to do. It was cost effective and generally decent quality. You had Samick, the Epiphone manufacturer of those guitars, was over in Korea. You also had a lot of Squires being made over there too. So in the mid-80s, it was kind of a thing to start outsourcing your stuff over to Asia. So Japan, Korea, Indonesia, those different kinds of places where they were making these. And so they decided to do it too. So they brought out a new line of guitar called the Stinger. The Stinger had several different variants. There was a Strat variant, there was a Telecaster variant, there was an archtop Strat variant, there was a bass variant, among others. Now, they didn't really produce catalogs for it, and from what I understand, they didn't really advertise it super heavily, so it's hard to find official information about these guitars. Most of what I was able to find is anecdotal evidence from people who worked in the shops, who went and bought them when they were new, who remember seeing any sort of advertising whatsoever about them. Reverb listings, screenshots of some catalogs, not catalogs, but like pages out of magazines or pages out of other catalogs that would list a Stinger in it. So the guitars came out, and according to Martin, the only thing that they say is that it caught on and it was a hit. To my knowledge, it wasn't really a hit. I think that's them kind of embellishing their own history, which every guitar company is going to do that. When you ask about them, most of the time nobody's gonna know what you're talking about, and then there's the one guy in the corner of the forum who's like, oh yeah, I got 5 of them, and I can tell you everything you need to know. That's kind of what my research amounted to on this one. So, what is the Stinger? It is a Strat style guitar. That's the one we're going to talk about today. 25.4 inch scale length, which is a really weird scale length. There was also a Fender vintage style tremolo system. It had Grover tuners from the factory, 6 on a side, and it had 3 single coils. At least the one I have has 3 single coils. And the thing about those pickups, and I'll see if I can get a picture up here, they were big. Like, they're bigger than normal single coils. Think like almost Telecaster single coil size in these guitars, with gigantic pull pieces, wax potted, the whole deal. So the one that I have, it doesn't have those pickups anymore. It doesn't have the original nut. It doesn't have the original bridge. Doesn't have the original pick guard. Over the years, moving, my aunt having it for so long, it just kind of fell apart. The pickup stopped working. Rewiring it didn't help. I think the magnets probably went bad inside them. I don't really know. I still have them out in my garage in my Craftsman toolbox, but I didn't get around to replacing them. The nut cracked. It was a plastic nut. The tremolo block actually broke in multiple places, and it was like fused to the plate, so you couldn't just replace the block. We actually did a video on replacing the block in an aftermarket bridge on this very guitar, which is what prompted this video. So I'm going to pull out the one I have now and show it to you. Here it is in all its glory. SSX Stinger. I think the logo is pretty cool, if you ask me. Headstock is different. It's not boring, but it's not anything really special either. Now, originally this had a black nut here. I don't know what these holes are for. It almost looks like someone tried to install a Floyd Rose on it at some point. I have no idea. Almost looks like the holes for a Floyd, but those were there when I got it. Truss rod adjustment sticks out a little bit right there. It feels like plastic. If we go down, this neck is amazing, I should say. It's maple. From what I understand, they all had maple necks, all bolt-on maple necks. So we get down here. Like I said, none of this is stock. These are some Invader-style humbuckers, an Invader-style single coil on a, I guess you could call this like a black and white pearlescent or black and white pearl guard or zebra guard. And then it's got switches all over it. And to be totally honest with you, I don't know what they do. I think one of these splits and one of these boosts, but I'm not 100% on that. You can find this whole thing pre-assembled on Amazon for about $40. At least you could when I bought it. Here's the bridge. We worked on that in a previous video. It's got some roller trees. This is the original jack plate. It's black and nothing really special going on there. Let's flip it around to the back side. On the back side, here's those Grover tuners I told you about. Let me see if I can focus that. These are really nice Grover tuners. Like I said, they were factory. So Martin did some things on this guitar pretty well, I would say. Pretty premium. I believe these were $389 when they came out in '85. So this is a long, almost illegible serial number. I wrote it down and have saved it because that is eventually going to fade away forever. Down here you've got, I don't know what this plate is, but I've read online that it used to say something like brought to you by CF Martin or a CF Martin brand or something like that. Down here is another number and a black neck plate. And then you've got your strap buttons. Now here's something I want to show you. Now ignore the copper tape, that was me shielding it myself. But the body is like 5 or 6 or 7 pieces. It basically is a plywood body. Multiple layers of plywood. And I know this because I routed this body, a swimming pool route on the front. And as I got into the wood, it just fell apart in there. And it worked. It's a swimming pool route. I can fit anything I want in there now. But you can really see right there, it's basically a plywood body. It's heavy as hell, I'll tell you that. And it doesn't seem to affect the tone or the playability of it at all. So, tone wood snobs be damned. I'm gonna keep this plywood guitar and like it. Okay, so I got a really cramped little space here because I've not finished putting my basement back together. I wanted to record this video for you. I owe you a video every week, so I wanted to get this one done. So this is not going to be our normal thing, like we're not going to do like listen to all the different positions and let's do an outro jam and all that, because this is not the stock pickups and I'm really sorry I don't have those for you. They sounded really good before they broke. I'd like to get another set, but I have no idea where the hell I'm even going to find those. But yeah, so take this as I'm just going to talk to you about how it feels to play, and I'm not really going to get too into what it sounds like because these are not stock, but if you're interested in buying them, you can. I'll see if I can find a link to put in the description for you. It won't be affiliated, so it's not like I'm making money off it or anything. I just want you guys, if you enjoy something I have, ask. I'll tell you where I got it. So let's see if this works. So right off the bat, I'm used to playing either Gibson or Fender, not really much in between. This makes my hand hurt a little bit, and it's just because I just picked this guitar up just now to record this video. I gig with my PV Wolfgang and a Gibson of some sort, so I'm not really used to like this neck profile. I don't know what it is, but it feels very very flat, I guess. No, it's not flat, it's more round. It might even be 7.5 inches. I don't know. I can't find the specs on it. But the neck feels really good on the back though. Has a skunk stripe, which is really funny. But it feels great to play. So that's the SSX Stinger. Sorry it wasn't more of a substantive video, but I didn't really have much to go on, and I just wanted to give you my experience with it. I really like this guitar, and if you find one hanging in a shop for $100, I think you can do a lot worse for $100. I would say that it's not quite as good as a Mexican Fender. I'd say that it's better than a non-full-size Squier. I'd say it's about the same as a full-size body Squier. So what I mean by that is like the Squier SE or any of like the older Squier Strats that had the full-size bodies. I might go with one of those over one of these given the same price. But if you don't really have a choice and don't really care and like collecting or just want something to noodle around on or something to mod, this is a good one. I recommend picking one up. They're pretty fun guitars, and Strat parts work on them. Everything that I've replaced on here is a Strat part and it fits. So yeah. Thank you very much for your time today. Thank you for watching. Please join the Discord. The link is in the description if you want to talk about guitars, gear, etc. Please follow me on Twitter, Big Jake Music, and Instagram, bigjake.music. Thank you very much once again, and hopefully things will be back to totally normal very soon, and we can have a little bit more fun than we did today. Thank you again. Have a nice rest of your day.